Hello guys, how's it going, and welcome to another video. And this is going to be about another dev blog that just came out today. I kind of want to apologize for putting out so many videos about dev blogs and just like different posts and stuff, but it's kind of stuff that I find interesting, and it's good I like to be able to keep you guys informed, and at the same time it keeps me in the habit of making sure to check the front page and everything. But this one is definitely really important to the game. This is about the auction house, which is their proposed trade solution that has been talked about for quite a while, and this is their final idea. So it is called the auction house, and I don't know how many of you guys remember, but when the Grand Exchange was first being discussed before it was released, and they were talking about it in like the behind the scenes, it was basically described as an auction house. And you'll see as I go through this that there are a surprising amount of similarities to the Grand Exchange, but also some differences that make it better in my opinion. But anyways, so they were working with the criteria that was voted on however long ago it was. Players want to know who they are trading with. Players want to be able to communicate with a player they are trading with easily. There should be no tax on trades. Players should be able to attain an item quickly. You should be able to trade when you are offline. It should be possible to see the prices of items. So they made a solution that encompasses all of these criteria that they are working with. And here it is. These are just the images that I have here are just sort of mock-ups. Basically just take the Grand Exchange and change a few things. I hope that they decide to make a totally different looking interface than the Grand Exchange, because I don't know, I don't really want it to be the Grand Exchange personally, and it'd be interesting if they just put a sort of new spin on the interfaces and everything just to give us a different feeling to the way we're interacting with stuff. But anyways, this is just sort of to demonstrate how it's actually going to function, which it does function fairly differently from the Grand Exchange. So when a player wants to buy an item, they will open an interface and search for the item they wish to buy, similar to the Grand Exchange, and they will then be presented with a list of sales, which show the price of the trade, quantity of items being traded, how long the trade has been up, and who the trader is. So you can see right here, this is basically what it's going to look like. You search an item and you click on it, and then you will see a bunch of player names, the quantity they're selling, the price that they're proposing, and how long the trade has been up for. So it's very similar to the Zybez trade platform, whatever you want to call it, that practically everyone uses, I think. Anyways, I definitely use it way more than trying to find trades in World 1 and stuff like that. So it's pretty similar, but it's just more streamlined, and it's obviously incorporated into the actual game. So if you click on a person's name, you will be able to add them to your friends list, and you will be able to negotiate with them, talk to them if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to do that. You can just complete the trade excuse me, automatically, and just give the GP that they're requesting and receive the items that they are selling. So it's you won't be able to be, I don't believe that you'll be able to be buying things. I don't know, that's one thing they're not really exactly clear about, is that they only talk about selling and the buyers going to the sellers. But what if you're buying and I'm not sure if you'll be able to post a buy offer and have people automatically complete that buy offer with selling. I'm assuming that that would be the case, but they sort of just focus on people selling, which is kind of interesting. But anyways, so there's not going to be any sort of guide price for every item that is just listed. I'm really glad that they decided not to try to do that, because it just wouldn't have worked. It would have been skewed in certain items, and it would have just been used as a medium to scam people. But I do think that this is a pretty good system. The only thing I don't really think should be allowed is trades to be completed while you're not online, just because it's sort of like you're not actually putting any effort into the trading. Like, at least with this, like, you're going on this interface, you're interacting with it, and you're finding things you want and actively buying them, where I don't think it should be the case where you can just leave it for however long. The only problem is that would probably limit a lot of the actual offers that were occurring. So I don't know, it's sort of a trade-off. I mean, it seems like that's what they're planning to do, and that was what was voted on, so it's probably what we're going to see. And yeah, so let's see. They say that it's probably going to take many months to fully develop, and it's possible that certain things may change. It's a very complicated thing, and they want to make sure they get it just right so it doesn't mess up the game at all. but they will keep us posted on what exactly they are changing. And then they have a little bit at the end that they added, and they say many of you have asked to be able to buy part of an offer instead of the all or none approach. So they're going to give the seller an option to allow his trade to be sold only as one trade or piecemeal. If the trade is set to piecemeal, buyers can choose how many of an item they want to buy from the individual trade. Obviously, if not, then you have to buy the entire thing, which is definitely a good idea. I'm glad that they decided to do that. But once again, they're only focusing on the sellers, which is kind of confusing to me because I'm not sure if they're going to be allowing you to post buy offers or not. It's kind of strange. And players have also asked for the trade to expire after a certain amount of time. Expire a certain amount of time after a player has gone offline. How long do you think is suitable? They're asking us. I would say no more than maybe like 5 hours. I don't know. Like, that seems like a reasonable amount of time to me. But anyways, yeah, it's a fairly short post, but it's got a lot of really interesting stuff packed into there. They don't say where this is going to be located, whether you're just going to be able to access this at any bank, or if there's going to be a dedicated spot where you can access the auction house. And I think they did mention somewhere in here that these are just mock-ups and that it's not necessarily what it's actually going to look like, but this is just the idea of it. But anyways, overall, I think it's a pretty good idea. It's definitely going to streamline trading a lot, and it's not like it's going to be a huge difference from Zybus. It's just going to be a little bit more efficient to use and a little bit easier, just because you don't have to be PMing people and hopping worlds all the time. You can just find things and buy them. But it's not the Grand Exchange, which I'm really glad of too, because the Grand Exchange is just, it's a little bit too far in my opinion. Like, this is sort of a halfway in between the Grand Exchange and having nothing at all. And I think it's going to be pretty good. It's not going to be out for a while. I'm guessing it's going to be out sometime during the summer. They said many months, so we don't really know exactly what that means. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, and that's really about all I have to say about this. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more. And hopefully I will actually be making some progress with room crafting this weekend, because I actually have some time. Strange concept. But anyways, guys, hit that subscribe if you want to see more videos like these, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.